Alright, welcome back my Floor Garden Escape channel. Welcome to have you guys here. If you're new here, welcome. We're happy to have you as well. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so that way you don't miss out on any of our new videos. But today, this is going to be probably a pretty decent video because today I'm working on the side stretches of our flower beds and then the front portion of our flower beds as well. And then I'm going to try and squeeze in transplanting some of the seedlings, get that done, and try and really get a lot done today because let's be honest guys, I got a lot I need to do and I'm really needing to get this done so that way we can start pushing on to newer things and getting a lot more things done. So I'm gonna go through, do this part, and then I'm hoping as well to get the last bit done of our big garden so we can wrap up our part 3, our finale remodel of the big garden part 3 that will be launched this coming weekend. So make sure you're keeping a lookout for that. That's going to be exciting. And then also over the next couple of days we are going to be releasing our winter preparation video, so that way y'all can get ready for the winter season with us, and kind of go through your checklist and make sure you guys are fully prepared and have your plants prepared for the winter season. So we'll also be releasing that. But enough of my jabbering. I know I yamble on a lot, I do a lot of talking, and I'm sure y'all pretty sure are done hearing me talk. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything situated, get everything I need to do, get this job and task done up here, and then from there we're gonna get this stuff in order and get everything back on track to how it should be. So let's go in and get it done, guys. All right, so as you guys can see here, it's kind of definitely built up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get a lot of this cleared out. A lot of this is just weeds, so it shouldn't take us too much to pull up and get taken care of. And then we'll come through and add a good bit of mulch into this area. Now, one thing I definitely do want to add, at the end of this video, if you stay tuned and watch the whole video, we're actually going to have a special edition at the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. Let's go ahead and get some of this pulled up though, guys. What do you say? So I'm going to first remove this big thing, if I can. That was a big one. These marigolds, guys, I tell you, I did not plant these here, so I don't mind pulling some of them up because they're going to be dying here soon anyways. So I'll get a lot of these pulled up. Now, as you've probably seen, just like in the big garden, I really don't have to use my rake too much. The soil is pretty loose. We have great drainage when it comes to our soil, as it doesn't hold in and keep water in it. It drains very well. So the soil is pretty easy to kind of get the weeds up and pull. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, or watched our remodel part 1 and 2, make sure you do check those out before we launch the part 3 finale this weekend, so that way you can kind of see the full transformation of the big garden. So I would definitely recommend checking that out, guys. This area, thankfully, the front's going to be really easy, just due to we don't have as big of an area to kind of deal with, which is nice. We won't necessarily add mulch to the beds around the house, because that mulch, it actually when it rains and that it splatters these, as my old man calls it, these black spots onto the house. So it makes the house end up looking really dirty. So we won't mulch in front of the near the house, but I will mulch on the side, like with this area. I'll mulch it. Mulch is your friend. More than likely, we'll end up filling this whole wheelbarrow, as I'm just tossing all this in the wheelbarrow, because we're going to remove all the weeds all together from this area. All the roots, the extraness, and then I'm going to apply a thick layer of mulch into this sucker, and hopefully that'll help keep the weeds down. The thicker the mulch, the harder, guys, it is for the weeds to break through it. So you want a pretty good thick layer of mulch. What is this? This was the showbiz. I don't think so. The weeds got so bad that they took over some of my rose bushes. So looks like I found one of the rose bushes here. And you can tell in this little area, there is no more mulch. So that is the sign. We definitely need to add more. Mulch breaks down every 6 months, so you do have to re-add it every so often, which is probably one of the cons to just having mulch down, because you got to add that other layer every 6 months to keep the thickness of the mulch so the weeds don't come through. Alright, let's pull up this area. Guys, y'all are probably saying, Selena, the marigolds are so pretty. I know they are. I can always regrow more. These just kind of grew. Didn't really want them here. I had originally planted a lot of roses in this area, and then next thing I knew, I had marigolds over here. Now, this could be due to A, kids spread seeds over here and thought it was funny, or B, the old man spread the seeds and thought we needed more marigolds, or C, the seeds germinated and they just flew over here, and that's why we have marigolds over here. So it could be a number of reasons, really, to be honest. I'm gonna be totally honest here. Alright, so this area, this is where my rake is gonna come in handy, because it's these weeds that actually spread through the ground and they don't come up so easy. Still loving and all of the other things that I see. Probably shouldn't be singing. You'll probably think my singing sucks. Running around these. Ugh. So I'm just making sure I'm not leaving, just like how I did in the back with the hair in my mouth. Just like with how I did in the big garden, is going to be the similar concept that I'm doing here. Just making sure there isn't any seeds for these weeds to kind of grow back here. So I'm just making sure to remove everything, seed, plant everything. It's all good to go. Alright, and this is now I can say one thing for sure. The marigolds, when they split off like they do, and they can make a really good coverage for a bottom plant and divert your pests from those, because they'll splinter off and then create new roots into the ground to be able to still grow, blossom, and all that. So they're a good cover plant, I would like to think. If you have like a really tall tree or something, you want to plant them around, you know, dig in there. I'm really glad that this part of the this flower bed doesn't have stickies, because I have a super massive hole in my glove. So I am actually happy about that. Now the rake does make it easy for me to be able to pull these roots up, shall I say. It does make it easy in that kind of concept. This is all looking a lot better, in my opinion. And this is all going to look probably 10 times better once I'm done with everything. Alright guys, so there was a little hang up in our video where there was a big long break. We're having issues with our internet service at our home, so had to step away for a little bit to handle that and provide everybody their updates that they needed. Still getting calls in now that aren't really related to this, so I don't even know who that person is calling. So guys, we're going to try and get through this video. I'm going to try and get everything done, but as you guys can see, I did get everything here done. I did get it all pulled. What we're going to go ahead and do now is go ahead and add the mulch. Like I said, guys, we're going to do a thick layer, so it's probably going to take a couple loads of these wheelbarrows. Guys, don't mind my tire, okay? It kind of came off. Wheelbarrow still works. I know it's not good to use it when the tire is not actually on there. I know, guys, I know. Just bear with me. Just work with me. You know, things have been tight lately, so we can't handle everything like this. So, you know, take care of your stuff, guys. Always remember that, and don't get things off the side of the road. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and add this in here. I'm gonna bring it closer though. All right, and I'm just gonna pour a lot of this in here. And then what I like to do, since it's not a big area, I mean, normally I just would use a big rake, but since I don't want this going all over, I'm just going to use my small rake. Plus, it's already right here. And as you guys can see, the mulch is really dark. Pretty easy to move around. I mean, I could even do this with my hands if I really wanted to. Man. Now if that works. So now we do have this area mulch. I am going to add another little layer on it just to make it a good additional layer. And then that should be thick enough. And then we're going to finish mulching. We're going to move forward down here. And then this will wrap up this portion of the side garden, and get it taken care of. So then we'll move to the other side, which is going to be the front garden flower beds. This is pretty much the area where a lot of my flowers do grow. So this is definitely important that we get this done. So my roses like this don't suffer from it. And we got another rose right here. So I'm going to go grab another thing of mulch, and then we'll be back. So I got another thing of mulch here. We're going to go ahead and get some of this poured out. I'm not going to stand in front of it before I get it on me. So I'm not totally dumping it out, just due to I don't want it to be like fully stacked in this area. I'm just moving it out some to get good in this area, and then we're going to kind of move over to the other area. I'm going to bring y'all around here really quick. See, I'm not fully dumping it. Y'all can see a lot better here. We're just scraping it out, and I'm just going to kind of move it just around here. This is the flower bed section, so it's not like it's very wide. It's just kind of long and narrow, really. And when you don't have a weed barrier, like we do with these I planted here, it becomes harder to keep the weeds down. But if you put enough mulch down, you're suffocating it enough to where the weeds are able to be maintained and controllable. Just don't have that disease there. And that's what's thicker of a mulch. It does eliminate the chances of having a lot of weeds, just due to they're not able to reach their goal at what they're trying to go for. Alright, so that in there. Alright, now I'm gonna kind of move a little further down now. Just lift that up. Ugh, stupid tire. I'll get it started. Alright, there we go. Oh, got poked in the face. Alright, that's good there. We'll just push this into this section. Alright. Good. Alright. So, got that portion done. We're going to more than likely do another layer. But we're not going to do another layer on this further side of the Canaan lily, because we are going to have to do something with our Canaan lily. Just due to it getting colder. The Canaan lily is not going to take too well to the coldness. And as you can see, Canaan lilies, they get big, they do stretch out, they do create new pods underneath the ground. So stay tuned, because we're going to do something similar with a Canaan lily that we have planted in another part of our yard. So stay tuned for that at the end of this video. But now we got to move to this front side. I'll go and add in the final touch of the additional mulch once this mulch gets situated. We're going to now move to the front side because it is getting windier on this side too. I don't want that stuff going in my eyes because I don't have my safety glasses on today. So we are going to go ahead and move to the front side. So let's go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this area. Like I said, guys, this area won't technically be mulched, just due to this is closer to the house. But we are going to go through here, get it cleaned up, and as you guys can see, definitely get rid of some elephant ears that are in this area and see if we can't move them to another part of the house. They are big, they are beautiful, they look pretty, but I just don't need them right here. That's all. That's all. I love them. I mean, I don't love them. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, when they're big and beautiful, like the ones by the edge of the woods, but they can be a menace. They'll go everywhere. All right. So we have weeds on both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and just start clearing out this section here, getting this taken care of. Normally what we do is I'll come through here with a weed eater or something, but since I have plants so close to here, I don't want to come through here with a weed eater because it may hit them. Alright. And I do have the wheelbarrow behind me. So we're going to put everything in there. Ow, ow. Back to the pricklies again. I enjoyed not having to deal with the pricklies, but they're apparently over in this area as well. So I have to be careful because I also do have that one hole in my glove now. So I need new gloves. I'll have to get some eventually. I just need new gloves. And then I can work with two hands and not one. Oh, there we go. And these weeds, guys, in this part, we're going to eventually, I would like to eventually put a weed barrier down for this part because it gets so bad. They just don't hesitate. And I swear our yard is more weeds than anything. All this. Pull it out. I'm not sure if y'all can see me from all the way over there. But you're gonna have me, whether you like it or not. I do not like it. Sam, I am. These elephant ears, I am actually going to move these guys. Just another part of the yard. They can grow elsewhere. In one of our previous videos, we've redone this garden bed. We've actually had to do this previously to this garden bed, actually. It was a lot of work, just due to the weeds that run through this part. They're not like the ones out in the big garden where they're sporadic. They're runners. And by runners, I mean they run through the whole entire garden, off of one vine. So it's a lot harder to deal with, keep controlled. I try and do my best I can with it. It does get away from me at times. Sometimes I'll end up doing more focus on the big garden rather than up here. So I do have a tendency to do things like that, and I don't intentionally do it. It's just one ends up needing more care than the other, and then sometimes it's also about priority, as one does feed more than the other, in that sort of sense. So I have to always consider that as well, and make sure the one we benefit from more does get the most attention. Doesn't mean one's not more important than the other, but it just has a higher priority because of what it offers. But I really got off course here because I went to the front of my area. Let me go and start, but I'm going to get this off. What the heck is grabbing me? I'm so fucking sick and tired of the Photoshop. Something left over. There we go. Now we're making some progress here. Thankfully, a lot of this comes out pretty easy, so it'll be easy to get done and quicker to get done. These runners is they die off anyway during certain times of year. That makes this a lot easier. And it can be re-soiled. I'm hoping before all this can really grow back, I can put a weed barrier through here. So that way I can get this, at least this area, under control. The big garden, that is just a time management thing, and that's going to need everyday care. So we will be able to manage that a lot better and have a better feng shui, as people would say. Alright guys, so after looking at the time, it's like 2:12 now. This is where we are going to have to stop because in less than 2 hours I have to go get my 10-year-old from school. So we are going to call it a day. I got to tend to some things in the house. But while I'm sitting here rubbing dirt out of my eye. Oh my god. Alright. So while I'm sitting here doing that, we are going to go ahead and take a full look at everything we actually got accomplished today. I am actually happy that I did get these 3 sections done and completed. The one section isn't totally complete because we just got to add that additional layer of mold, but I can do that later this evening, which I'll probably end up doing once I get dinner and all that done and cooked. We'll go ahead look at everything. We're gonna quickly do a before. This is what everything looks like before, and then now here is the now. As you guys can see, no more weeds, a lot prettier, looks a lot more put together. And then you got those, which looks a lot better. Then you come over here, you got a lot more clear. You're able to see the rose bushes and that, and the tulips and the knockout roses. And you can see the big difference that was before and then to now. Now as we move over here, here is this portion, which will look really good. It looks a lot better than what it did. It was covered in all these weeds and runners, so I'm actually happy we got this done. Look at that beauty, guys. Just look at that beauty. She smells gorgeous, and she's got another bloom about to come out right there. Let's see it. There she goes. There's an additional. This rose bush is actually very tall. She's just spreading all over where she wants to go. She's got four additional ones popping out right there, as you guys can see. Alright, so I did tell you guys, if you stick around, we are going to do a special edition. That special edition, we are going to go ahead and do now. So, fun fact, if you guys didn't know or haven't watched any of our previous videos where we probably mentioned it, when I first started gardening, I started out with our beautiful Canaan lilies. It was my first plant. I didn't start it from seed. Actually, a friend gave it to me, and it just grew in a pot. I just left it alone. Sat it and left it. Didn't ever do anything with it and that. And then once I got here, and we bought our property and that's when I was like, I want to know more about gardening that and making more of the space that we have. So that's when I started getting into gardening. Little did I learn over time that with gardening, you learn a lot of new cool things. For example, Canaan lilies grow from a seed, yes, but over time that seed turns into a globe or a ball, pretty much. A funky looking one. Looks almost like a ginger is running. But with these is they can actually be uprooted and moved to any part of your yard that you actually want them. So the special edition that we are having today is there's a select few of Canaan lilies in this section over here. I'm actually not going to put anything alongside the house because of how much shade it does get. We are actually going to move these Canaan lilies to this side. So I'm going to put you guys on the tripod and I'm going to show you exactly how you go about moving Canaan lilies. So let's go. Alright, so first things first, I don't want to damage the globe itself. So I'm actually going to dig around the Canaan lily. the globe itself is the most important part. I'm just going to gently lift it up here. We're going to get her loose, and then we're going to plant her over another section where it is mulched, and she'll do a lot better in that area than over here, in my opinion, just because she'll have more room, and she won't be crowded with mulch. All right, so there's that Canaan lily. As you see, we got the ball, we got some of the soil with it. I'm going to go ahead and set this one over here. Alright, now these are going to be a little bigger, just due to they are a little older than the other ones. But we're still going to do the same concept. Dig around it, lift them up, kind of get them wiggled out of that space there. You don't want to, you can be as rough as you want with a Canaan lily, but I don't want to damage the Canaan lily in any shape or form. I want to keep it all together and intact. So that's why I'm kind of trying to separate them here. All right, there we go. There we are. Here's this one. All right, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what these globes look like. So as you can see, they're very rooted. As you can see, another one's coming up here. It's a big old ball. These can actually be broke apart. They can be very easily, if you snap them in the right section, you can separate them and put them in different parts of the yard, and replant them. But I'm not going to separate these guys. I'm actually just going to put them over here as well. Alright, and then the last one, which is this one. This one will be a little easier because it's smaller. It's a singular one here. Alright, here she goes. Alright. So once again, guys, y'all can see the globes still gonna be okay. We're gonna now put these over here, and I'm gonna go over the spacing and that you want for them. All right, so when it comes to your Canaan lilies, you're gonna really want to space these guys out because they can get wide like the one we originally have already. So I'm gonna first start off with putting one here. We're gonna go ahead and dig a hole. And it don't gotta be tremendous big because these Canaan lilies are not that big as of currently. We're gonna go ahead and put this one in here. Now, Canaan lilies, they need the space, yes, but they can go just pretty much anywhere in the yard that you put them in, especially if they get that full sun. They love full sun. It's one thing that actually pushes them to grow more and more than any other regular plant. And they love lots of water. If they're in the soil and they're getting lots of water in that, they're going to be happy. Alright, and I'm just going to stomp her in here. Make sure it's all good and tight. Alright. You want to make sure all roots are covered when you go to move these Canaan lilies. You don't want any of the root left unburied. Alright, now I'm going to move some of this mulch out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and plant the second Canaan lily. Alright, that's good. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put the smaller one in this one. Alright. Good. Alright, step it down. Alright, let's move the mulch back. Alright, there she goes, guys. She is going to be very content there. Alright. Oop. Alright, now the next down here. Alright, that is actually going to be perfect. That's exactly where she needs to go. Alright. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to push all this back in here. And it's the weed. Alright, now these Canaan lilies should do a lot better here since they'll get more sun over here and they won't be so shaded and they'll have more access and better access to water. So that's going to be the bonus side with moving these, and that's kind of why I wanted to show you and bring y'all along so that way y'all could see how it goes to move Canaan lilies even though they're already planted in the ground. Very simple thing to do. It's not hard. They're very adaptable. They're easy to maintain. They don't require a lot of love. And most importantly, they grow back every year. So after the cold, these plants will regrow and grow back. But now we have our Canaan lilies in place, and they're going to grow happy and wonderful. We are actually going to call it a day, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a crazy day. Swear it's a Monday, but it's not. I got everything, at least mostly everything that I wanted to get accomplished today. So, pat on the back for that to me. And then I got a little bit of then some done from, especially with getting the Canaan lilies moved, shall I say, since it was more than one. So I'm super stoked about that. So that's going to be it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you got anything from the video, leave a like and leave a comment down below. And guys, don't forget to stay tuned. We're going to have the finale remodel of the big garden launching this coming weekend. And then the winter part video will be launching later this week. So stay tuned for that. Don't miss that. Hit that bell so that way you don't miss out on those videos. And I'll check you guys out later. Deuces.